So this is the Xterra Pro by Minelab. Today I'm just going to do a short video to review this detector. So stay tuned. This particular metal detector, Xterra Pro, belongs to my detecting sidekick Samir, and there's actually an interesting story about how he was able to buy this detector. It has to do with a rare silver coin. If you're interested in that video, I'll put it at the end. I'll put the link at the end of this video so you can go and watch that. It's quite an interesting story. This is a great little detector that Sam's had now for about a month, and we've been testing it and using it, and it's done really well. The Xterra Pro is very similar to the Equinox detectors by Minelab, particularly the one that I have, which is the Equinox 600, and we're going to turn it on by pressing this button here at the top and hold for about a second, and on it pops. One of the reasons that I personally like this detector so much is because of the many features that it offers for the low price point. This is a great detector for beginner detectorists and intermediate detectorists as well. You can basically just turn on this detector and start detecting. If you want to refine the settings and get a little more out of it, then you can do that also. But this detector is a coin magnet. You can see here that it has the different modes, presets that we can detect in, and we do that by pressing this button here with a picture, a small icon of the coil on it, and we have Park 1 and 2, Field 1 and 2, and Beach 1 and 2. Any of those modes can be operated in one of three different frequencies. We've got 15 kilohertz, 5 kilohertz, and 10 kilohertz. On this side we have the lamp for the screen, which can have bright, dim, which is very hard to see in daytime, but it is actually lit, and then off. We can also press and hold this same button to turn on a light that's here on the back, a little LED light that illuminates the ground when we're detecting at night. On this side we have a button which has a Wi-Fi signal. It's actually Bluetooth, and that's to connect wirelessly to headphones. This down here is the pinpoint button. This here is the iron discrimination, off or on. And right here we have the settings button. That's for setting the electromagnetic interference. Then we have the coil ground balance. Then we have the volume. Next we have the threshold level. Then we have the target tone. Then we have the accept or reject. And finally we have the recovery speed. There's also some hidden features in some of those settings. And then for general sensitivity, we have the plus and minus here on the main screen. So we can tick it up, we can tick it down, however we want to set that. Let me show you quickly how some of those features work. So for the noise cancel, or the electromagnetic interference, we're just going to press the settings button, and then we can press either this plus or tick button, or the plus or the minus buttons on the side of the setting button, and that will start the noise cancelling, automatic noise cancelling. We do that with the detector lifted off the ground. For the ground balance, we're going to go to the second icon on the settings, and then we're going to press and hold the ground balance or pinpoint button, and we're going to pump the detector up and down on the ground. And we're going to do that until it's quiet, until it's silent. Now I'm not going to be able to do that in here because we've got metal wire in the flooring. But you would do this until the detector becomes quiet, and that will set your ground balance. In that same mode or setting, we can also activate or deactivate ground tracking with this button on the right. And you see there on the top of the screen, it gives me the ground tracking symbol. If I press it again, it goes off. The third setting or icon is the volume, which is simple. You just put it up or down with the plus and minus buttons. The third icon is the threshold. And all we're going to do here is put that up or down to our liking. As we put the threshold up, you'll hear that hum in the background. Which can help with deeper or more sensitive targets. The next setting is tones, and we have various choices in this setting. We can do 1 tone, 2 tones, 5 tones, all tones, which every target ID is a different tone, or we can have the detector give us different tones depending on the depth of the target. The accept and reject setting allows you to discriminate certain targets, certain tones out of the detector. That can be useful if you're in a place where you've got a lot of bottle caps and you know that that tone, specific tone, maybe a 14 or a 16, something like that, is going to be popping up all the time. You can just avoid it altogether. But for a general rule, you probably want to hear all the tones and then decide if you're going to dig or not each target. The last setting here is the recovery speed, which goes between 1, 2 and 3, and is to do with how quickly the detector can detect between different targets. Mentioned also that there were some advanced settings with this detector, so let me show you those right now. The first one is in the volume setting, so we go there with the menu. It's the third icon. We long press the settings button, and that takes us to this screen with the T1, and that will allow us with the plus and minus to adjust the volume of ferrous targets or iron targets, if we want to hear them more clearly or if we don't. The other advanced setting is in the accept reject icon of the setting, so let's go to that now. Let me move that across to the tick and the cross. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to long press the settings button till I get the T1, and then with the plus and minus buttons I can adjust the point at which ferrous tones occur. So I can reduce the detection of certain ferrous targets, maybe like coke, a hot rock, something along those lines. So there you have it. That's the Xterra Pro by Minelab. In my personal opinion, it's a great little detector, especially for beginners, but also for people who are intermediate in their level of detecting. And it's doing well with Sam, and Sam's doing well with it. Well worth the money. It's a couple $100 in the States, I think. Here in Mexico, it was on offer at 5,299 pesos. I think it's just gone up to 600, 299 pesos. But even at that price, it's I think it's a good deal. Minelab has not paid me to give my opinion about this detector. And Sam bought it with his own money. It was not free or given to us or lent to us. And all the opinions in this video are my own personal opinions after using and watching Sam use this detector. I'm going to leave a link up here to the video that I was telling you about that explains how Sam got hold of this detector, if you're interested in that. And we'll catch you on the next one.